they're not working. Hey, everybody, we did it. We're live. Welcome to the first live Nerd War. We are working out some serious kinks here because we literally just started our show and started fighting for 20 minutes. And we didn't click the go stream button on YouTube. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Anyway, welcome to the new Nerd Wars Live. We're here in my... these aren't working now. The number... There we go. We're here live in my nerd garage with my buddies here, and we're so excited to be here to finally... Now you guys can hear us. Yeah. Sorry for the delay. So happy to be here because we're going to be debating something very close to my heart. I'm very passionate about this one. The live-action remake of The Lion King from Jon Favreau. I think it's not only going to be bad, I think it's destroying movies. Yes, I said it. I'm that dramatic. There we go. Okay. I'm that dramatic. And I've brought in my friend Gil here.
Hey.
Gil, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're a Nerd War regular.
Yeah, I like to stay around.
So you agree with me that this Lion King remake is a waste?
Yeah, it's honestly just a big waste of time for everyone. I feel bad for the people who actually worked on it. I mean, this is they put it on the resume, but otherwise, no one's gonna see it.
Yeah, I mean, before we started this show, we were debating the title of the show, and I was like, does it suck? Is it worth it? And I went as hard as, is it ruining movies? And then I asked the people to my left, Adan, Zaid, you were here, and you said, no, it's not ruining movies. You're here to defend that otherwise. You think this is good and work good for generations, etc.
It's refreshing. Yes. It's refreshing.
This keeps it going.
Yeah. Like a LaCroix.
LaCroix.
Mentos, like Mentos.
All right, okay. I just want to make sure on record, I didn't force you to do that opinion because I feel like it's an unpopular opinion. I'm curious. We are live, so you guys can comment below as we do this.
Yeah, we're live again.
We actually are live this time. I can see you saying you hear it. I hope we're synced. I hope everything's working. Again, apologies. But please, chime in throughout this debate. I'll be checking your comments, and I want your thoughts. Because I don't think a lot of people are actually excited for this movie, but what's very odd to me is the fact that it's tracking huge.
Yeah, it's tracking massively.
Aladdin did really well, and this is tracking massively. So I thought, we got to talk about this because I don't understand why people are so amped to see a movie they've already seen. They've seen this movie. Like, a lot of even the kids that the parents are dragging this movie to have shown this to their kids. So I'm confused the point of it, and I want to get to it. I already did my massive opening debate, so you guys already heard it, but I'm going to try and do a shortened version of it. I think this is terrible, not only because it's more of a shot-for-shot remake, similar to the Gus Van Sant Psycho, which was useless. What Aladdin did a little differently to me was it felt like it changed a little bit. And now, granted, we haven't seen Lion King. I think it's going to change a little bit. But what they've shown us is far more close to the source material than what Aladdin did. And everything I've read about Jon Favreau is saying, yeah, we want to recreate all the favorite moments. And to me, Aladdin worked for a reason of to me, Aladdin is like the Weezer cover version of Toto's Africa, where it's like you don't really need it; it's completely useless. But when it comes on, you're kind of like, wow, all right, Weezer is doing an okay version of Toto's Africa.
But would you rather just listen to Toto's Africa?
Absolutely, but I'm not going to turn off Weezer when it comes on. Yeah, it's not bad.
If you had the remote and one button said Toto's Africa and the other one said Weezer. And
I would watch Weezer out of curiosity, just like I watched Will Smith as the genie.
So there's our point. We won.
So,
You agree
right
there.
But the point,
I would still watch.
it's more than curiosity.
We just won.
I don't even have to do anything. I just have to be here.
I prefer this one. It's like, oh well, I'd rather watch an inferior version just because it's kind of weird.
Your own partners
like
are questioning you.
It's like when you do The Stranger. It's just something new. I'm tired of my right hand. I'm going to do my left hand this time.
I want to comment here because reading Wikipedia, we're live. He's like, it's a kid's movie. They'll like it. Everyone will make money. What's the big deal? Guys, the big deal is when I saw this as a kid and when all of the generation that saw this as a kid, this was an original movie. This wasn't a movie that inspired people to make other things. That inspired the Broadway show, which to me is a different adaptation. It's a different medium. But now, when you see this movie, it's not you're seeing the kids singing, oh, these cool new songs that have become my songs. They're their parents' song. It's all nostalgia play that's just destroying original ideas in movies, which I do think is a terrible thing that's going to be really detrimental in the long term if all the studios fund are these remakes because it's IP they can rely on.
That's the main thing is that funding component.
Here's the thing about that, though, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go. We've talked a lot.
We talked about a lot of things about being remakes and being original. In all honesty, some people will argue that Lion King is technically not that original.
Yeah.
Like you have that old anime Kimba the White Lion, which is way beforehand.
Which everyone has seen.
Everybody.
I remember the musical they made out of it, Kimba the White Lion. It was beautiful.
And then we got all this other stuff where, like, every major story that we've ever had, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Aladdin, they've all had cartoons that are older than I am, older than you. They're, like, predated. If we watch those as kids, we'll watch it, but we're not gonna be like, "This is beautiful. This is fantastic. I want to watch this every day," because it doesn't sit with us in our generation.
Yeah.
This
not our thing.
revamps it so we can stay current with it. And the new generation, yes, we show them what we saw, but they're gonna see it and they're gonna be like, "I'm hooked.
And
I want this."
To piggyback what he's saying, I'm saying exactly the same thing. Is like I get to reshare a moment with my daughter and say, "This is the movie we saw together." I kind of get what you guys are saying, but like Broadway, when you saw it, it's going to be refreshing. I got a feeling that this one's going to be the same story, yeah, but it's going to be a little bit of refreshing, like Aladdin was. We all went in there hot, like what the heck's going on? The same thing, Aladdin? Why you could just watch the cartoon? Robin Williams killed it. Why would we watch this? But I guarantee you, this is going to be the exact same thing as Aladdin. I think Aladdin just teed it up, and then Beyonce is doing they did 3 tracks on it, guys.
Oh.
Well, all right. So here's the problem. If it switches, it's not switching.
It's the delay on the.
It just wants to be on me.
Yeah, no,
Do I have to
we
do
got
it
people
here
face.
now?
Yeah.
Okay,
On
there
us,
we go.
actually.
Here's the problem. It's not just the remake. The
Yeah.
other problem is these are animals. It's like we're watching a National Geographic
Much
movie.
shittier version.
And it's like, I don't. Have you noticed in the trailers they don't show the mouths talking?
Yeah.
They do this weird voiceover. They show Beyonce voiceover, and then she's sitting there, and then it's like all voiceover. And then they do Timon and Pumbaa, like, okay, well they're the jokey ones, yeah, because they look kind of like silly
Well,
animals.
it's gonna be like the horse thing where they had to put fucking peanut butter in his mouth.
Yeah, it's gonna look like Mr. Ed.
But they did the same.
Bah.
They did the same thing. Remember Homeward Bound?
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, so you're
no one
comparing-
ever questioned about like
comparing a
the
new
barking
movie to
is not
something
in
that was, like,
sync
20
with his
years ago.
talking.
I would say Jungle Book, like you were saying earlier. I would compare it to Jungle
The
Book.
thing with Jungle Book, and the one reason why I actually didn't mind that iteration, is because they had a little human baby, little human boy, where you can see like that kid was a juxtaposition between the other animations. This one, there's no humans. The same thing with Aladdin. There was humans in conjunction with animation. This one is just a bunch of fucking animation.
Why do you need humans? Why
Because
can't it be about the wildlife?
Then
Let
at
the
this point,
vegans
there's
own
no
this.
comparison. There's no fucking difference. Like you can't say, "Ooh, the graphics have gotten so much better." I mean, yeah, they have, but like, is it enough for me to give a shit? Like, I would rather see the facial animation of an actual cartoon than some fucking shitty ass CGI monstrosity.
To echo on that, it's all in the eyes, right? In
Yeah.
the cartoons, they give them those big eyes, and it's like the reason Sonic didn't work. The reason
many
Sonic
reasons.
CGI was so horrific is they gave him like the real teeth and those weird little human
little
eyes on a
fucking human
cartoon
eyes.
character, and you miss and
Spin on
lose
your legs.
all of the emotion that works
Yeah.
because you got to convey it in the eyes.
There's only
And-
so much Andy Serkis can do.
Right, and the mouth and eyes on real animals. Watching March of the Penguins, and they're like, "Hey, Hakuna Matata." It's weird. It doesn't work. Even Happy Feet, I feel like that movie where what did it look more CGI of the animals? They made it a little more cartoony.
That felt a little
It
more
worked,
cartoony.
and this is like they're going straight. Shot for shot, National
realistic.
Geographic, Disney nature, but it's Lion King. Here's the circle of life, exactly like you saw it.
I dare say animals can pull off a sad look, or like that moment where
Some animals.
Simba's father dies, Mufasa.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet they're gonna put like a sad puppy dog face on his on
a
his
gigantic
face
cat.
on a gigantic cat, and it's gonna we're all gonna be like,
There are some
Well, you're gonna
animals
watch.
that have.
Anytime you watch an animal die, you're gonna get teary-eyed. Of course,
Except
they're gonna
for a
convey
fucking
that.
boar.
It's gonna be terrible.
You
we
look
didn't
at a
cry
boar,
when
tell
Scar
me.
got eaten by the hyenas. We were all like,
spoiler
yeah,
alert.
get
Fuck.
it.
I don't.
Get it.
I think with the tracking nowadays with CGI, we're gonna get that the emotion, the
But
music,
then
and
it's not
all
going to be realistic, and then why don't we just use normal cartoons?
because we want
Yeah.
something refreshing. Well, you could say you could say the exact same thing
Refreshing.
about Lion King Broadway. Why are we going humans? Iago's a human.
Because
I want a
you're-
bird.
You don't go to the Lion King on Broadway because you just want to see the screen. You want to see the people actually acting it out.
Okay,
You
got
wanna see
you.
Humans.
More music
All right.
too. It's like a lot more music in the
Yeah.
Broadway show.
They only
And the
had-
set and the wardrobe, and
Yeah.
and Julie
Those-
Taymor made these amazing adaptations of the
Oh yeah,
animals on
There's
stage.
a cheetah one I saw that was fucking amazing.
It's really
But
cool.
let's
Like,
be
but that's
honest.
you're kind of like, oh wow, look how cool this is because
Yeah.
they're figuring out a new look.
while
you're-
singing to the song.
If you're watching animations like today,
Mhm.
are we like 10, 15 years from now going to be really watching them 2D? I was
mean-
just watching like they just redid Muppet Babies, and that's CG. That's for little kids, and they're
that's
doing that
'cause
CG.
it's cheaper.
It's cheaper, but they're gonna put more money into it down the line. It's Disney. We know they're gonna do
Yeah.
it. And the fact of the matter is, that is where film is gonna be going for animation. It's gonna go CG.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a negative. Just because it's going that way doesn't mean that the future has to be that way. Personally, I don't want to be like.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a negative. Thank you for agreeing.
No, the entire concept of the film is not a video game. It's not an open world thing where you just fucking fuck off while Aladdin does his thing and you're actually in Agrabah just like chilling out with the chicks. Like you want to fucking follow the story. So this concept of like 3D, like you're still going to be focusing on the same shit. So why not just make it 2D or quasi 2D, whatever you want to call it, and still have. You know,
So
Well, to echo that, it is animated. There's no live action about this
Exactly.
movie.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
CGI.
computerized and it's all
me,
CGI, and so therefore it is animated. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a fancier animation. And I understand the need of like kids have shorter attention spans these days. They watch these old movies. They're like, oh, what is boring old movies? It's just depressing because they should appreciate the art of old 2D animation. Because
what you
now
get.
it's like it's all so. Because my problem is like. Not only is it just Lion King, but it's like effects are ruining movies because it's like I watched Godzilla. You saw Godzilla, right?
Yep.
Godzilla is just such a friggin' mess. It's just effect scene after effect scene, and they try to force these characters in that you don't care about, and then you finally have the two monsters go to head, and then you cut to the car that's below them. Like, what are you doing? Why does it make it's just chaos?
The family.
And the problem is that's becoming every movie. Even Endgame to an extent has like all these people that like it doesn't matter if you watch enough movies, you start seeing the same action. It's all up on steroids because now they can just make it nonstop action, crazy effects, and it's just like. What made Lion King so great was the story. It was a new original story, and now to just pump it up on steroids is just offensive to me. Why not make a new version of it, or why not make a new Lion King, or why not take it like Maleficent? As much as I didn't like it, I appreciated that they like did something different. Like Angelina Jolie came in,
was a
they
fanfic.
changed the movie around. Even Aladdin, I think they changed enough, but you can't not have the songs. I get it, keeping the songs and keeping Timon and Pumbaa. I get it, but why not? Do a version that's different that takes it off in the degree.
See, I would have been opposite about Aladdin. Granted, I didn't see it, but like when they first announced it being live action, I would have appreciated the concept of it not being a musical. That would have been different.
Agreed.
That would have been something
Like
different,
Jungle
yeah.
Book,
It's Disney though.
because Jungle Book did it very
Yeah.
did this
That's
music
exactly
very subtly. Like
Because let's be
the
honest,
snake
like,
sings when she's charming him, and then Baloo singing on the because
Yeah.
they're being silly on the river. Like those felt real integrations, and it wasn't crazy.
So let's be honest, like the reason why they're doing this is not because we want to captivate children. Yeah, we want to captivate with money, with new songs you can buy CDs for, so we can put them in the fucking vault again. Like this is all a fucking cash grab, and to me,
Yes.
that's the concept of that gets that negativity. It's no longer and I understand everything's a cash grab.
So, but how does that ruin the movies, though? I mean,
Because you're
all
going in
movies
there
are
knowing that
cash
you're just
grabbing
being
one way or the
prostituted to.
other.
It's like when you go in there, like, oh, by the way, Transformers, watch G.I. Joe, and then afterwards you're like, oh fuck, they just tried to sell me a bunch of toys.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
Lego movie
that
did
was
that.
all of my 80s.
I know.
Like
Every
every
G.I. Joe-
Saturday morning.
Look how Lego movie did it. Lego movie was fucking perfect because not only was it a good story,
And then they made a game.
It made you want to go buy Legos.
oh yeah,
It's like-
You ain't never seen Lego
but it
before.
wasn't. It was subtle. It was like it wasn't just like, oh, look at this. By the way, you want to buy all of these variants? No, it was just like, oh, this is a story, a good story with a lovable kid and lovable Will Ferrell, and then there was Legos. They started with the story.
Wait,
and then throwing
they
Legos.
did not
Yeah,
focus on that kid in that movie, by
It
the
was
way.
it was just a refreshing story. You've never seen Legos come to life like that. So I want to double back because I haven't had a chance to get you guys.
Say
So
your
you're upset because there's not humans in it, and you're upset because the animals don't have emotional. You can't really tell the emotion, in it. And I feel like you guys are both. It's an animal story. We can't do anything about that. There's, unless there's poachers. But as far as like, it's gonna be.
It was a very dark twist.
It's gonna be refreshing to me, I think, and I think we're gonna see the drama. It's gonna still have the same exact story. The only difference is it's refreshing. It's been 25 years since that anime. What about Snow White? What about Snow White? It's like 100 million years old. This is 25 years old. It's refreshing to see it just new and experience it.
Refreshing is the
I
word?
don't think that-
How is it refreshing?
It's like a
to see the
fucking
same
stale
movie.
beer.
We can't say it's the same movie. Aladdin changed just enough that we felt good. We can't. I think you guys are judging it too soon to say
I mean,
it's
true.
the same movie. And they're feeding
We've
you all.
given no indication that it was otherwise.
And they're
Unless
feeding
it's a
you all the
marketing
shots in the
scheme.
trailer. They're feeding you guys all the shots in the trailer. Let you know that, hey, you guys, this is what you expect to see. We don't know
And then
what's going to change in
Timon
there.
gets shot.
Comedy's going to change. Some lines might change because you got different characters going
They're
to bring
giving you the
different
scenes
personalities
that
to the character.
those of us that are familiar with the movie can connect with and be like, this is the project that you guys know, and this is the project that you guys love. This is what we're bringing to you. For all of you know, when you walk into there could be some changes that you're going to be like, That was delightful.
All
Well,
the
and I
racist
want to
language.
echo some of the comments. God, why doesn't this work? Because my dangle's not working. Can we move? Whatever.
Clip that. His dangle's not
We're
working.
getting some good fight. Ricardo said, if you did a version that's different, you'd have petitions. That's fair. I agree. And then reading Wikipedia, they did a new version of Mary Poppins, and it was boring. I actually didn't see it for that very reason, because I was
Yeah.
like, I don't really want to see it.
Like Willy Wonka.
My kid liked it, apparently. He saw it without me, and then I was going to watch it again. I'm like, neither of us really needed to. But I haven't seen it. But Jungle Book was a version that did work. I thought they did really make, and Jon Favreau did that. So I had faith in this. But I don't know. Jungle Book, I mean, there's not. I don't really like the cartoon version of Jungle Book. Does anyone actually have an opinion on that, or think that's a good one?
I mean,
Because
it's not my favorite. But
I actually did enjoy it when I was a kid because
I was a kid.
I remember the songs, and I was that kid that had that book with the little audio cassette. For those who don't know,
fucking
the
1%
cassette.
over here.
Cassette.
Pop in. It was before the CD. If you know
Before
what a
they made
CD
a match.
is.
Come on, dude.
yeah, to roll it back with a screwdriver.
But you were
No,
a
you
fan.
use a pencil.
But the
Right
point
now.
is, all I'm saying is, the Lion King cartoon is way more iconic and classic
Yeah.
I
than,
think you're, I think
than
you're-
Jungle Book.
But I think you're saying that because you actually experienced it as a kid. That's your movie. Like,
Yeah.
I think,
Fair.
I think Jungle Book's your mom's and our parents' movie. Like, my mom's like, she loves Snow White because she had that moment. Like, I want this moment for my daughter when she sees this Lion King. That when she shows her daughter, like, check out my Lion King. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think that's why you're so
Right,
close to it.
but you know what? That's fair. But you're right. There's a generation in between there that almost is 3 generations. Maybe
Yeah.
that works. I guess what I'm challenging now is like, it wasn't that long ago. 25 years wasn't that long ago.
That's
And
a
the problem
whole.
is
That's a
it's
whole
not-
generation, though. That's a
yeah,
lifespan.
but it's not 2 generations. From Jungle Book to the remake was 2 generations. If we're
True,
really
true.
going there.
But your kid just, 25 years. That's your kid went through school, college, and is like trying to get an internship.
Right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, right. They're still in college.
To me,
Live in my basement.
where it just comes back to is this idea of it's a cash grab, as you said.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing here.
can't deny that,
And
yeah.
I don't understand, just because it looks better,
Yeah.
why is that a reason that we should be excited for this? Because, we've seen this and now we're going to make it even fancier. Like, to me, that's just like taking the Mona Lisa and being like, let's put it in 3D. Like, why do we do that? Like, there's just different mediums. I understand they've made live action versions of cartoons, and I understand you can adapt stories differently. Doesn't mean it always works, but sometimes it's still interesting. But for me, in this version, it's just literally like, we have finally figured out this technology. When's it end? Like, what movies are they going to remake it again? Like, do we start remaking Ratatouille because it wasn't the first Toy Story,
God,
which I
gosh.
rewatched? The
Fucking
first Toy
terrifying.
Story is
That would actually
terrible.
be
It looks
cool.
really bad, the animation compared to now. Does that mean they have to go redo it and make it better because it wasn't good enough? Like, this idea that we're installing with our kids that we just are going to remake it
Yeah,
with the
reiterate,
fancier effects
reiterate.
and do the Blu-ray and do the 8
Make
do
it
the
better.
it's special
No, you can't
edition
just-
over and
5K,
over again.
5K, not
Yeah,
4K. What are you saying?
Who approved of the Star Wars special edition? I sure as hell didn't.
The funny thing is that point you make. There probably will be a day where they will remake Toy Story, where they'll have like a live action person, and then
25
the
years from now.
toys will be like so lifelike. You'll have
Tim
a
Allen's
walking
gonna be like
Woody,
on coke again.
and then they'll just integrate it.
So
It'd
like the
be
Puppet Master.
Puppet Master
Oh,
mixed
God.
with Who Framed Roger Rabbit mixed in. Like, they just have the live people
watch
and
that.
everything. You won't know that it'll be blended so perfectly, and then you'll be like, I dig it.
I can't wait till they do Little Mermaid live action. That is gonna freak the fuck out of everyone.
Aquaman.
Why not? Yeah.
No,
They did have mermaids.
yeah,
I mean,
but I want to see them sing.
I kind of
It's,
agree.
I kind of want to see The Little Mermaid too, because I feel like that's a movie you can update.
Yeah,
Because it's like
well, they're
there's-
also humans.
Yeah, that you can make it different. You can extend it a little bit, even though that's my favorite, and it's even older. It was 89. It's 5
wait.
years sooner.
In
But
my-
yeah, it's weird. I
In
kind of
that
want to see
defense,
it.
was that?
I actually felt Splash was the live action.
Yeah, I
Little
was about to
Mermaid
say,
when
what
I
was
was
that new
growing
one
up.
they just made?
Flash.
Like Guillermo del Toro just did with the merman
Oh,
fucking.
Lady in the Water.
Lady
Yeah,
in
Lady
the
in the Water.
That is not Little Mermaid. First of all,
Yeah,
fuck.
it's like
Tom
King-
Hanks' Splash was my Little Mermaid growing up.
If Eric had sex with the mermaid as a mermaid, then yes, that would be the movie. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess so. Getting back to our point to keep us
Yeah.
on, because we should get there. Why is this ruining movie? On my closing argument, and you guys can get there too. Gil, you and I can do this together. To me, it's ruining movies because we have this movie already. It's been too quickly, and there's not. Granted, we haven't seen it, but from everything I've read about what Jon Favreau is doing and the stuff we're seeing, he's doing a very close adaptation of the film. Now, granted, he's going to make changes. I'm sure there's some new music, but it's clearly a beat for beat of Simba grows up. Simba's banished by Scar. Mufasa dies. He meets Timon and Pumbaa, Hakuna Matata. He's got to
Sexy
go
lady.
reclaim Pride Rock, and then it's Circle of Life continues. The movie is pretty standard, and you can't. There's not much to change. I'm sure they'll add and embellish things, but we've seen the movie. We've seen the movie. The movie is fantastic as a cartoon. Even the 2D animation back then, it's fantastic. What are we doing and telling our children that just is like, you know what? Yeah, that movie doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
We made it better and fancier. So don't worry about that one. Sure, some kids will see it and some parents will be smart and be like, you have to watch the original. And some kids will be like, why? I don't care. Because we're just succumbing to this desire that we have to feed our ADD kids fancier, splash, 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 blah, blah, blah.
think
And
it'll
that
focus
to
on
me is
TV.
what's ruining movies because it's happening across all genres. It's not just Disney, but this idea that we're so excited to rewatch the movies we've already seen is just destroying creativity. Gil, am I crazy?
Yes, but there's another reason for it. To me, it goes back to like, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's just one movie. To me, I look at it this way: it's $30 million, probably more. They're going to spend to make this film when they could have made 3 films that way. It's little small things that people actually could have given a shit about, like Princess and the Frog, or fucking remake that as live action for Christ's sakes. I'd be fucking glad with that. Like, why the fuck do we have to see, like, I'm sorry, CGI gets dated. In 5-10 years time, you're gonna look at that and say, "Oh, goddamn, that's shit." It's gonna happen. Unless they made little fucking puppets, it's gonna fucking happen. So, in 10 years time, they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, let's remake it again. Let's make it shiny with new CGI and 3D graphics and fucking rockets with lasers." Like it's getting to the point now where it just doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no use to it, and it's just money. And that's not the Disney that I want.
Correct. Good. Why not spend that money making a new fairy tale for children with music?
Kids don't give a fuck about graphics.
Let
As long as
Alan
it's
Menken make
shiny.
some new songs for a new story. Spend the money on some awesome new story they haven't told.
Yeah.
They clearly can do it. They did Frozen. They did Wreck-It Ralph. They've made original stories. Just spend the money and start making new IP so you
Yeah.
can exploit that in 50 years.
Exactly. And bring
Guys,
Cardi B back.
closing arguments.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
You said it yourself. Kids like things that are shiny. Let's be honest. Are you gonna show kids black and white pictures of Popeye and Betty Boop, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's great"? No, they're not. They're gonna watch it and be like, "Man, do you like this? This was what you got into. This is your
Back in
thing."
my day.
Batman's a great
Yeah.
example.
And exactly.
Batman and Superman too.
And then on top of that, it's not too soon. 25 years is a good gap. Of all the movies that we've seen recently, Batman, Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
I remember there was even on the adult spectrum, Old Boy, classic movie, love it. Those are all way under a 25-year mark. They waited time. They waited there and paid their dues to make this, and then they said, you know what? We're gonna redo this, but we're gonna redo it as a tribute to the fans, but with better quality, better items, and we're gonna sprinkle in a little Beyonce because everybody loves the Beyonce.
Queen Bee.
Beyonce
Yeah.
has a kid. She's got to impress the kid with some
So,
kid stuff.
I gotta
The
ask,
kid can't watch Lemonade. God.
I gotta ask you too. So, do you feel you feel like this because it's just too soon? Too soon in the sense that Aladdin just dropped and literally boom, Lion King just dropped. So they're just too close to each other. If it was a bigger gap.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Well,
I
not
would
only
rather
that,
not
but
have either.
both. But why did they release them the same year? That's
Same-
ridiculous.
Within a month. They're within a month.
Ridiculous. Save it for next year. It's definitely.
I-
But save it for another 10 years.
Yeah.
Well,
like
like,
the more
they also
distance we
have
have,
Dumbo.
the better. It's just like it's too quick. It's too soon. We don't need it. Let another get closer to a next generation. If you're really going to insist, think of the technology then. It's almost too
Hologram.
soon. Right?
They're
to
getting
sort of
ready
go
for
there.
Bambi.
Right. They are getting ready for Bambi.
They're redoing Goonies, but that's a whole nother show.
Yes.
Dude, I'd love to see Bambi in
that's been
3D.
talked for years.
Oh, not 3D, but like VR. Fuck that shit. That'd be great.
You're just want to see Bambi's mom get shot.
I want
That's
to see
all
it
you
get shot.
want.
Yeah.
I want to say I think in my final closing, I just want to say that I'm
Oh,
going to go with refreshing because I doubted Aladdin at first, and when I saw it, I'm saying refreshing in the sense of
Paid for by Sprite.
it's a newer experience. It's a newer
Heineken.
experience. It's a newer experience. Screw refreshing. Take that back.
It's Lion King
It's just
2.0.
it's a newer experience, and we're just gonna see different angles, different actors, giving you different energies. And I pray that I don't have to eat these words later on when we see the movie and come back. And you guys,
We
like,
will.
I told you so. I told you so.
The fact of the matter is, you want to go see the movie.
Yeah.
Whether you
I
want
don't.
to see it bomb or you're gonna go watch it.
I mean,
I
if it's
don't.
for free.
I don't want to see it.
If any of our fans want to take me to
Your
see it, I'll
kid's
see
gonna
it.
want to.
I mean, I'm going to see it because it's my job to see it and my kid wants to see it. But that doesn't mean I want to see it. You're saying I want to see it.
Not legally allowed to watch kid movies.
That's a different situation.
You?
Yeah.
It's like-
You are?
Like a different situation.
Or me?
No, I can't. I'm
Oh,
not
I
allowed
was
to be.
gonna say,
Yeah.
Don't
I
spread
don't
more
have
rumors
kids.
about me. I've got plenty of rumors
we
about
don't
me.
need that.
He's an alien.
But yeah, I don't want to see it. Do you want to see it?
No, there's no fucking reason.
But you do. You both are
I
excited
gotta
to
be
see it.
honest.
down to
Timon
it.
and Pumbaa. There was a moment where they're that when they released a new trailer where they're just walking, that I was kind of like, oh. But then I realized I'd rather just watch the fucking cartoon.
It's like, I'm
It's
the
pro-
biggest advocate for animation. In any
I do
format,
like Billy
me too.
Eichner and Seth Rogen. Seth
wait.
Rogen as Pumbaa.
Oh,
Their personalities are gonna be
kinda-
totally. I'm
shit.
telling you, the
I
personality.
kind of like
Never
that,
mind.
and that is going to probably be the saving grace for
I-
sure because they'll
I
add
can
some new jokes. Seth
see-
Rogen's is really a funny writer.
His voice fits that of a
Yeah.
boar.
Yeah, and it's gonna they will work that part. That's the one.
Tombstone.
That's the one part where you can really add some improv ad libs and make it different. Where I agree, but that's a very small. And remember, they don't show up till halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
It's a very small. It's like the Genie. Both movies have this problem where like the funnest comedic relief doesn't show up till halfway through the movie.
Yeah, but that was the same in the original one.
No,
Timon
sure.
and Pumbaa like stole the movie when they came in.
I think that when I saw one of the trailers or like behind the scenes of the making, and they're gonna probably show like during the whole entire part where it shows similar to all the Pride, like where was Timon and Pumbaa? You actually see them go, oh crap, he's up there. Like you see that moment, like where were they?
Oh.
So they're giving you that different angle of okay, what were they doing this part? Or so they're gonna give you
I'd
small
be okay with something like that if they did an entirely different angle. Where we
it's
saw
enough that it won't change the
they
story.
had Lion King 2.5 or something like that, wasn't
1.5, 1.5.
1.5.
Yes.
Yeah, then,
it? I don't
yeah.
remember it at all, but I just remember it existed.
There was the Timon and Pumbaa show. There was the Lion King like.
Oh,
1.5.
yeah.
They've done a
I
lot
did
of
that.
show. There's
And
a
then
new.
there's- then they
There's
had
the Lion
the
Pride,
kids.
which is a
Yeah,
new
the
one.
brides.
Yes. They've exploited this IP plenty to.
Yeah.
There's
Milking
clearly
that-
stories you can do
Yeah.
in Pride
Milking that
Rock that
line.
aren't the same friggin'
They're-
story.
they're
You
not
could
good.
easily
In
gone
fact,
that route.
Sapphire Marco Dish on the movie said instead they should have done a Lion King prequel where Mufasa hates sand and murders little kid lions.
I,
Or,
oh
no,
yes, he kills the younglings.
they could have done one where they show how Scar got the scar.
that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Younger Scar,
I would've been down
younger
for
I
Mufasa.
would. Wait. You said you would have been down for that?
I would have been
So
down
you're not
watching
so-
see
not so
Scar
down
how
for this
guy
one?
Scar how he got hooked up with the hyenas and
Yeah.
and
That would've
how
been
that
great.
started a feud. But
That
then
would've been so
it
great.
would have been my Star Wars prequels all over again, and
Yeah.
people would have been
Oh,
hating
man,
on that.
that would've been
Like,
great.
This is not my Lion King.
Yeah.
Oh, who would be the Jar Jar?
Why are the lions doing backflips and somersaults?
Well, there you have it. I think that's the round. Commenters, commenting. You've been commenting a lot. Thank you. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Where do you stand on this debate? Do you think this is ruining movies? Do we need this movie? Are you excited for this movie? Do you think you should be excited for this movie? I understand why you're excited. I'm not trying to judge you. You can be excited about whatever you want to be excited about. All I'm just trying to say is we need original films, and it's just this coming right after Aladdin, and then right next to Toy Story 4. It's just like it's all just too much. It's all at the same time. And Lion King is the one where I feel like I don't know why it's striking so huge because I'm just like, why are you touching that movie? Just because it looks cool doesn't make it great. But what do I know? Maybe I'm crazy. Tell us in the comments below what you think. As we do that, I need I need a comment from you guys in the comments that are live. I need a job profession or title. You guys have sent one. Uber driver. There we go. We've done this before, I think, but we're going to try it. Who would be the best Uber driver? As we wrap things up, I want to do a fun Who's the Best. We played this game on season 1 of Nerd Wars, and now that I'm here, let's just try it and have some fun. We're drunk a little bit, and we're going to talk about it.
Could you explain the rules for me?
Uber driver. I'm going to pick 2 characters out of this box.
Oh, now I see what you're doing.
And you guys are going to have to
I thought it
team
was
up.
us.
You're going to have to team up together and decide who would be the better Uber driver.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Last time I had Voltron, I lost.
Ultron?
Yeah,
Get in.
I went the wrong way with
Go to
that
the
one.
chest. Get there faster.
I
Different
went-
experience, dare I say?
He ended up with a ticket for speeding and jaywalking with his Voltron.
Okay, here we go. I got one. Hold on. I'm just trying to I want to make this an even fight. So hold on. Oh, man. Come on. Should've put better
This is
ones
awkward.
out.
Look
Vehicles
at just
are
hating when a man
optional.
wants to perform and he can't find his toy.
Oh, man. Okay.
Take him through the
I
fucking
mean, you,
box.
you may just
Oh,
grab one
look,
off the
look.
wall.
Here we go. Oh,
There's Alf. I'm fucking take Alf all any day.
That's your
Here we go.
Uber driver.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah.
No.
Get there. Oh, we got it.
He'll
Oh, there's
insult you.
There's a.
Take your cat to the vet. He'll eat
Exactly.
your cat.
we
What
have
cat?
Captain Crunch and Beast.
Ooh.
We get to pick, or
Yeah, well, I'll let you guys pick first. I could argue either way.
I'll let you choose.
I would say clearly Captain Crunch because that guy's my Uber driver. I'm not getting in.
Okay?
That's
You're taking
racist.
it? We're
Not
going to go
racist.
Beast. Gil,
I'm
you
not
want it?
getting in
I
the
can
car with a
argue
big
that.
giant beast, bro.
All right, we need you guys in the comments below to tell us who's going to win this round. Here we go. You guys want to start or end? I can go there.
I can't get him to go up.
Ready? Who you want me to start? Okay. Captain Crunch. Think of this Uber ride. Hey, try some Captain Crunch. Hey, come on, you gotta eat this freaking cereal.
Yeah, he's
oh,
a
come on,
coked
just
out
keep eating
captain
this freaking
on
cereal.
a boat.
Oh, I'm on a That's all he's gonna do the whole freaking time is trying to sell you Crunch Berries.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave a car that's gonna be exploding with
He's a
Crunch
crackhead.
Berries. Beast, look,
He's not gonna drive. He's gonna
when
have a
Beast
fucking
is
chariot.
doing a job, keeps to himself. He's the kind of Uber driver who's just gonna sit there quietly. He's just gonna be like, don't talk to me. It's gonna be the best, most quickest, straightforward ride in the world. This guy's gonna be chatting your ear off, friggin' throwing cereal your whole time.
And you know it's going to be quick because on the dashboard, it's going to have fucking rows. And the entire time, you can actually, as long as it goes down, you know he's going to be fucking going there
But
quick.
here's the thing: Beast is not a worker. He's a former prince with anger management issues.
Yeah, but he doesn't have people
And
that drive
if
him
a
anywhere.
pretty girl
He
gets
doesn't have
it,
money.
I'm trying to
if you're
understand.
going into the car with your girlfriend, all you know he's gonna do is kidnap you
Yeah.
and like enslave your girlfriend until she falls in love with him.
Only she likes books.
And then he's gonna destroy all your luggage because he's like, you did not pay me my tip, and he's gonna roar and just roar at you and get spit all over your face. That's a horrible
Yeah,
Uber
I-
ride.
I think it's
But
funny.
think of the stories that Beast is going to tell
Yeah.
you of all the
about
weird people
Captain
he's
Crunch?
I'm
kidnapped
gonna need
and
a
the
rabies
weird.
shot.
He sits on a toilet that talks to him. I mean, there's so
Oh
much
my
going
God.
on in that.
Captain Crunch knows
I
so
missed
many
that part.
guys.
Yeah, every appliance is comes alive.
I
Think
really
his
hope not.
His toilet
That
must
is no
be
fucking
something
toilet.
too.
Horror
Alive.
show.
I've been eating shit for 30 years.
So how is it that our Captain Crunch turns out to be a crackhead, but you guys get it cool? It's not
He
even.
fucking, all he eats is cereal.
dude,
His
he's
name
a-
is Captain Crunch. That is not a
Dude,
drug
no.
dealer name.
He's called
I
a
do
He
not
captain.
has
know.
his
It's called
own
captain.
ship
All
and
right?
his own crew. He's
Dude.
a captain
Yeah,
for a
Not
so
only
he
reason.
that-
can't drive a car.
Dude, yes, he
can
can.
drive-
Not
Are you
only
gonna go to
that-
Bahamas? Because that's the only way.
It's
No, he's gonna take you to Mexico, and you're gonna come back with something in your ass.
You're
No,
gonna,
way, dude.
you're gonna get a ship, parade ship
Ship
boat.
right up your ass.
dude.
You give me
gonna-
riding in style.
We're gonna hook up with freaking Count Dracula. Count
Count
Chocula, Count Chocula. We're gonna hook up with
Chocula.
Tony the Tiger, dude. Cause he's like, yo, you guys know what the after
Those
party
are
is?
all
Boom.
drug dealers.
Not at all, dude. These are guys who like to party. That guy's boring.
I'm sorry.
Party boring. Party boring.
He's
I'm
gonna hook up with
dying.
like
I'm buying an
the
Uber driver.
You want
leprechaun.
some
No.
cereal?
Yeah, I
You
don't want to
some
party
cereal?
in my Uber. I want to
Yeah.
just get there and I want
I'm
someone
gonna
to
go
be shut
home.
up.
I'm drunk.
Oh yeah. If I'm drunk in the back of Uber's like, you guys want to party with Captain Crunch and Tony the Tiger? Hell yeah.
Of all the
Where we
cereal
going, dude?
mascots, he's the most reliable one there is.
Straight up.
Oh,
I would
that's not
take him.
saying much.
No,
Fucking the
that's
Tricks
saying a
Bunny.
lot. He's
Look at the
way
Tricks
more
Bunny.
reliable than the Beast.
The minute he looks into the rearview mirror, he's gonna punch the mirror and start punching mirrors out of nowhere. Like, what
I'm
the
okay
hell,
with
dude?
that.
What's
I'm
wrong
okay
with
with
this
that.
guy?
We're going
How
forward.
can you tell if cars are on the right
He's
side
like-
or left side? You're
He's like,
breaking mirrors.
bro, how do
dude."
you know a car's coming up on you? You need your
He's a
mirrors.
prince. He has a Tesla. He doesn't need. He's gonna be good.
And he's gonna smash out the
gonna-
mirrors on
Tesla's
his
not
Tesla.
reliable yet. We don't know that yet.
Oh, whoa, Prince George.
But the Beast has the stories. Come on, he's
He's got stories. We just don't know.
what's Captain
constantly
Crunch's
horny.
stories? He's been
Apparently,
on the water
you're-
too
the
long.
only story you have is that
Let's-
he eats a lot of cereal. He's gonna offer a lot of
What's
cereal.
his story?
What's wrong with
His
that?
story is, I've been locked in a castle. This is the first time I'm out.
And hello, I'm your
In
Uber
fact,
driver.
how does he know how to drive a car?
He's too big. What car is he
has
driving?
a-
He
gas
was a
station.
prince. He drove it when he was a human.
Never. He was always carted around.
And he must have a big car in order to fit his big beastly feet.
I see him in a Geostorm or something
So
tiny.
he's probably got some awesome luxury car.
Geostorm.
You know, he's probably not even driving. The fact he'd have some chauffeur, he'd just be
Yeah,
there next
exactly.
to him, and that way he's even better.
So you're
So then
paying
the-
and
Uber
think
for
of
two?
ever the Uber,
No.
they offer you the candies and the waters. Think of all the awesome stuff he's
yeah.
going to offer
That
you when
fucking
he's in
so
that
be my
car.
guest.
I gotta
Shit.
say something.
Better
shit.
than
Oh my
cereal.
Okay, so you guys are driving in a Tesla, right, or whatever you. What's he driving? A
A
car?
chariot. I mean, fuck
okay,
it.
we're on a ship. You ever see Captain Crunch ship?
Yeah,
That's
you
what
see
we're
one on the
on
fucking
seasick.
road?
No way, dude. He floats like Peter Pan does, dude. Captain Hook. We're
On the
smooth.
road?
No, in the air,
Listen.
dude.
Oh, so now
All I
you're,
gotta
you're
say-
flying.
Yes, my Uber driver flies.
The only time I've ever taken an Uber
That
is
sounds like
when
you're
I've
fucking
been
high.
out drinking too much with my friends.
So you want
And
to
I-
flying in the air.
And I don't want no candy or nothing like that little poofy little stuff that's coming out. I will want some food
cereal.
and like
You want some
cereal
cereal?
is some great stuff. When I am drunk and trying to recuperate, I'm like, oh, you got some cereal?
It's like a little vending machine in the
I'll
back.
take some Captain
Gil,
Crunch
I
So
gotta-
you're
right
gonna
now.
trust someone to give you cereal with milk while you're half off your ass in the back of a fucking Uber.
You know
Yes.
you would
If
too.
I'm,
No.
if I'm
Yeah,
drunk like that,
I don't know what
I
sort of
would- I would
human
say
sensitive
that-
shit's going on.
and
That
I
and the
would eat
kidnapped
it with a
girls that
smile,
sort
like,
of
oh,
swayed
thank
me.
If there's a vending machine and all of a sudden I see like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like, okay, I'm getting into that. I'm getting into that. Dude.
Why?
I mean,
as soon as he
yeah.
starts putting milk in it, I don't fucking trust him.
Come on, he's gonna have it sealed. He
Yeah,
has
the- you know the
boxes.
one from
He's gonna have
school you can peel?
prepackaged little
Yeah,
boxes.
He's a maniac.
How
He's
many-
gonna
I-
put it. He's gonna
I
fucking
can tell
dive
you
into it naked like
easily
a
half
like
my
Donald
friends
Duck or,
are allergic to animals. They're gonna have to pop a
Fuck your
allergy
friends, they can
pill
go to
and
Uber.
Benadryl so
How
they
much
can
fleas
sit
does
in the
that guy
car.
have?
This is Uber XL, motherfucker. Tell them to go get another car.
It's gonna smell like cat.
Wet dog.
Wet dog.
Wet dog. We
I
don't
gotta
even know
call
what
the
he
time.
is.
I gotta call the time, and I gotta say, that you swayed me. I mean, there's a couple things there. I gotta go with them, Gil. We did a good fight there, but what did you think down below? Who is the better, Disney's Beast or Captain Crunch? Who's the better Uber driver? Well, there you have it. That's how this show works. Thank you so much for watching our first live Nerd Wars. I hope that streamed okay. I hope it worked. We'll be doing a lot more of these, and I'll be doing more daily conversations with you guys trying to go live. So please stay tuned. Hit that little bell notification thing. And let's add. I asked the stream, do you have any questions to ask? Do you have a set schedule for your live streams? That is a fantastic question. I do not yet because it's really hard to know when we're going to go, and I'm still learning how the stream works. But I think Wednesdays or Thursdays, I'm going to find out, and I'm going to tweet it. So if you follow me at Andy Signore on Twitter, it'll be in the description below in a little bit. If you tell me that, follow me there. I'll make sure I announce it on there, or Instagram too. Guys, where can people find you? Tell them where. Let's go over here to Gil. You don't care.
No, not really. If
I
you
love
want to
that about
find me,
Gil.
find me.
He does not. He's not.
I'd be glad to see you.
He does not need a social media presence.
Yeah,
friggin'
I'm not
love
allowed
it.
to.
Find you at the Lion King Theater watching the movie.
Yeah.
Zaid,
the back.
tell them about your channel.
What's up, man? I'm running Star-Lord, guys. Pretty much in every social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Ronan Star-Lord.
And Adan, Nerd Tots?
Yep. You can find me anything on like Adontron, but right now on YouTube, I'm doing Nerd Tots, which is pretty much just D&D and us learning how to do it.
Well, there you have it. And that's it. That's what we did a live stream. Woo! I hope that worked. Tell us your comments down below. And again, hit the little bell, subscribe. We will see you next time. And I will make sure I post on Twitter when you can see it. So come back, check out more live videos, and subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Yay.
God, I hate promote YouTube bullshit.
See you later.
Because it never matters. The
I'll be in
algorithm
your
will kill you no
dreams.
matter what you do. But that was fun. All right. Thanks, everybody. We were working on it. We were working on it. What was our outro, Gil?
an
We're
outro?
working on it. You were helping me come up with an outro.
I forgot.
Don't be a jerk in the comments.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Or, as Abraham Lincoln always says, be excellent to each other.
Yeah. Ding.
Wait, is that Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
Thanks for fucking ruining the outro. God damn it.
Freaking ruined it.
I think Disney did.